for everything they've done for us this year. We've messed up a lot, and we've been through a lot, but every step of the way they've been there for us. Writing a graduation speech can be a very tricky endeavor. How do you go about encapsulating the entire year for everyone in the program while remaining true to your own experience? This is a question that has been plaguing my thoughts for the past 3 weeks. I definitely did not get to know everyone as well as I would have liked, so I might not know everyone's favorite color or food or animal, but we're all bonded in a way. There was something in our lives that pushed us to come here. So I'd like to share a few of my thoughts about this past year. And when I first arrived at Dynamy, I was vastly overwhelmed. What freaked me out, I think, was that a majority of the people here didn't seem to have a hard time gelling and connecting to the other people, and that's not something I'm used to. I'm not the type to find common ground with people that quickly or that well, and the only friends I ever had to make, I never truly had to make on my own, I made when I was 6. It was a tough time, and I really wanted to go home where it was familiar, where everything was safe, and I knew how to deal, even with the crappy stuff. I seriously considered leaving, and I'm really glad that I didn't. In high school, I had a pretty severe case of blank canvas syndrome. I was terrified of rejection and failure, so I never let myself try anything new. I created a self-sufficient bubble, a world in which I didn't allow myself to connect with anyone or anything. I kept myself from doing amazing things because I thought I wouldn't get them perfect, and if I didn't get them perfect on the first try, I obviously was a failure. Perfection was my driving force. It mattered so much that I stopped trying, and I slowly became numb. I was a mess, and I didn't recognize myself. Now, I haven't figured out who I am yet, and I don't know that I ever will, which I think is kind of good, but this year has helped point me in the general vicinity of who I could become. My grand philosophies of life have become somewhat more concrete. One of these philosophies, well, my mom, a while ago, told me something that really confused me. She said that we all tell ourselves stories, and when she told me this, I pictured people narrating grand and wild fairy tales about goblins that live under bridges and witches with candied houses, but the more she explained, the more I understood. She told me that every day we fill our heads with our own inadequacies and failures and insecurities. We tell ourselves that for whatever reason, we're not good enough, and after a while, we start to believe it. We become our worst bullies. Now, my time here has taught me a very important thing. The stories, we need to file those under fiction. They're not true. A lot of this year has been hard on everyone in a lot of different ways. But one piece of advice I always try to carry with me is to take all that negative stuff that happens to you, and instead of complaining about how much it sucks, or focusing on what could have been different, how you could have been different, look at how much strength it took to get through it. Remember that you have that strength in you, and move along. Be better. I'm going to end on a particular nerdy and silly note and describe to you one of my favorite Buffy the Vampire Slayer scenes. At the end of season 2, Buffy has to stop a vampire from summoning a demon bent on destroying the world. To give you a little insight into what Buffy has had to deal with so far, she's been framed for the murder of one of her friends. Another of her friends has been attacked and sent to the hospital. Her mentor was kidnapped and tortured and is still missing. She's formed an alliance with one of her greatest enemies, and 5, the vampire she's about to go up against is the former love of her life, who has since lost his soul and turned evil. So she's been battling this guy for a while now, and he's cornered her when he's about to kill her. He points a sword to her chest, sneers, and says, "That's everything, huh? No weapons, no friends, no hope. Take all that away, and what's left." He swings the sword, but at the last minute, she stops it, looks up, and answers, "Me." And she proceeds to kick his butt. She knows that we all have it inside of us. We have our support systems and our safety nets and our security blankets, which are really necessary, but if all those things are stripped away, you're not nothing. You're not weak or empty or broken, you're strong, and you can defeat anything that comes your way. You can. I believe that wholeheartedly about everyone in this room. I love you guys.